They were trying to, anyone can help anybody in any place, which is easier in terms of getting services and things done quickly. So in order to do that, the structure to change, which allowed that service to be resolved quickly. So those are some of the changes we did then, and from there the other ministries had followed such the performance that we've done.
And it's very effective?
Very effective. It's very effective. It is the other ministries had to follow what we had done with the ministries.
Our group decided to hear the thoughts of one of our colleagues on one of the most important government institutions that has been set up, the Land Transport Authority, and we've heard from one of the employees, Mr. Fayum here, and he's explained to us about the artifacts, espoused values, and underlying assumptions in the LTA. Artifacts, very visible, like uniforms. There's a code of conduct and practice. Of course, in terms of organization structures and process, it's very detailed. You know where you stand within the organization structure, and of course, it being top-down, it's very hierarchical. In terms of espoused values, vision, mission, and goals, values, they are communicated well to all staff. According to Mr. Fayum, the values are actually the background on their individual PCs which they have at work. So whenever you log on in the morning, put on your boot your PC, the first thing you see would be the values and mission of the LTA. So that is something that they use to reinforce it with the staff. And not only that, senior managers would also test staff on the different goals and visions and values that they have, can stop them throughout the day, or maybe when they have meetings, before the meeting starts, they may call up an individual staff and ask them to recite the values and the mission and the vision of the Land Transport Authority. In terms of underlying assumptions, what Mr. Fayum had advised us is that LTA is a very dynamic organization where they believe that hard work will be rewarded. This has been shown by a lot of junior staff being promoted through the ranks, through the organization structure, where they had people who were first brought in as maybe office attendants or cleaners, even drivers, have been promoted through the ranks to become enforcement officers that you see on the roads. So that is something that was stressed to us by our colleague from LTA. Thank you.
We have come to design, which is a very obvious organizational character. Structure appears is that it's a top to bottom. It's a top to bottom, where commanding control is still very dominant. As for example in Tonga, because we had brought up in a culture that is the hierarchical is very strong, and still we have in organization those hierarchical levels, and the commanding chain of commanding is still exists, although we are in reform government now in trying to have a transition to going into performance and merit, but for reality it's still on seniority and qualification. So we still have a long way, although we are trying our best. As we see Fiji has gone, no wonder why Fiji is still leading in the Pacific in many ways, because they have gone through their transition time, while Tonga is still very hard. I think it's a hard thing for Tonga, as I know there is an issue in Tonga in trying to move from hierarchical organizational structure into performance and merit now, and it is, I know it is an issue in some ministries, and some that are trying our best, like the Ministry of Education, had tried to have visions and work hard into moving into performance and merit. But when times come, somebody is going bypass and a superior authority, then when comes the hierarchical still commanding and control, because you cannot bypass someone that is supervising you. So you have to still go through the commanding, chain of command. And also, I think there's a lot that's still under the water, because most of the organization and workforce is under the water. We always see the top on those that are on top of the water, which are those that are superior. But those half of them are under, and which are very under rewards. Most of them, for example, there has been some employees that work 4 years, more than 20, still a private constable. While in some organizations, they are serving only 7 years and they are in the seniority. Well, I don't want to expose much of Tonga, but that's a learning. That's a learning process. As I see, there's still many that is underwater, which is needed to bring up onto the top of the water so we can see and tackle those, what we can see. Those are underlying beliefs, and that's still in there, which I think me and Angie, when we go back to Tonga, will try. Angie will work under the infrastructure ministry to bring up those that are still drowning under the water.
You'll have to watch out for
Thank you.
change, so that's putting the water level.
Okay, thank you.
We have decided to talk on the Fiji, the company Fiji Sugar Corporation. Regarding the artifacts, visible structures and processes, one of the things that is currently being done at the Sugar Corporation is the restructure being done on the current state of outdated, obsolete state of sugar mills that we currently have, and the main reason being done for that was so that we able to improve on the production of the sugar that we export to overseas countries. And while the restructure has been done, we have received strong rejections from the underlying assumptions, which included the beliefs that the norms and traditions, which included the workers' union and politics that is driving inside this organization. We espoused values and the missions and the visions. We think that was done here was the missions and the visions was clearly communicated to all levels of employees and the stakeholders, and the need to maintain this the level of commitment also is to keep the security of the sugar market and the preferential sugar price that Fiji is currently enjoying. Thanks.
Thrown in the deep end this evening. Anyways, moving on. Regarding the artifacts within my organization at Westpac, of course, they have been settled this evening. They are the name badges, the way we do things, the color red. The espoused values are the things that we as a bank feel that we live and breathe on a daily basis. And that actually filters down to the underlying assumptions that we are the best in customer service within the banking industry. That of course depends on each and every single individual who deals with Westpac and how they actually feel about customer service. Thank you.
Well, I'm not offending anybody, but I've just gone to 3 banks today, and Westpac was the best one.
Thank you, sir.